Hello everybody, I hope you are well. It's Debbie Ison of Tranquil Awakenings. I'm a therapist and a therapy trainer, and I'm here to answer your questions. So today's question is, what do you mean by messages from the universe? So when I talk about messages from the universe, what I'm referring to is noticing what is going on around us. Now, whether that is something you feel your unconscious mind is focusing on, or whether you believe it's something external happening to you, it can be really beneficial to notice signs all around us. So, I've got a couple of examples. I've had many experiences of this that will give you an idea of what I mean. So the first one was going back years ago when I was just becoming more spiritual, and I had gone on maternity leave and retrained as a therapist. And I knew that my previous job was no longer right for me. However, there was an overwhelming fear that if I simply quit my teaching job and started my therapy business from scratch, there'd be no money and I would lose my home. And with a young family, that wasn't a very good prospect. So I had this conflict of what I really wanted and needed to do for my health and well-being, and also what was limiting me in terms of my fears. And I went for a walk with my children, just around the block. And as I walked around that block, I bumped into my colleague, somebody who was my senior. And I got this instant sort of intake of breath and panic. It's not somebody I wanted to bump into. However, she spotted me. There was no way out of it. So I walked cautiously up to her and I observed the scene all around me. And the floor was clear. Now that will become relevant in a moment. So I had the conversation with this woman, and I just felt that sense of dread and that worry and panic building within me. And I really knew that I couldn't go back into that environment. However, that money side of things was still worrying me. As we were about to part ways, I glanced down on the floor again, and there by the side of this lady's feet, I saw a £10 note. After she left, I picked up that £10 note, and it acted as a reminder to serve me that money was going to be fine. It let me know that there was universal support for me to make this change. So I kept that £10 note for a little while on my mantelpiece to help push me through making the change of leaving my job. And then when the time came, I passed that on to a charity so that it could help somebody else. Another example would be when I more recently had a big life change, and that was moving house. Now, we'd spent years doing up our house, getting it just the way we wanted, but we'd always had this dream of having somewhere in the country, somewhere bigger with land that we can become more self-sufficient and become custodians of the land. So one morning I woke up and in my mind I heard, you need to get onto Facebook now. And I did. And there was this property. And I just knew it was where we were meant to live. So I rang the estate agents as soon as they opened, and I contacted my husband and told him a couple of hours later that we would be looking around a property. Now, this was a massive life decision, and everything very quickly fell into place. Within 10 days, we'd got an offer accepted on our house. An offer was accepted in this house that we're in now. However, there was a lot of uncertainty about that decision. It was going from the known to the unknown. And it didn't just have an effect on me, the outcome of that, it was for my family also, and my business. So I asked the universe for guidance. So I said to the universe, if we are meant to move into that new property that I'd seen, I need you to show me 3 symbols that represent good luck. Now, the next day I pulled up into the Bailgate in Lincoln, And there alongside me pulled up this white car, and on the side of it there was a 4-leaf clover. I thought, is that my sign from the universe? I need to be more specific so that I know. So I said to the universe, right then, if that's the sign I'm meant to be looking for, please give me at least 2 more 4-leaf clovers to let me know that I'm on the right path. Nothing happened for a couple of weeks until I went for a walk with my family. And as we were walking, I noticed several 4-leaf clovers, and I brought them all home with me. I think it was about 6 in total. And that gave me that sense and that knowing that everything was going to be okay and that I was being supported in my move. Now, of course, some people might say that, well, of course you spotted them because that's what you put your focus on. And that may be the case. It may have simply been revealing to me what my true desires were and allowed me to take action. Now, that's the thing when you get these messages. It's all right having those messages, but then you need to take appropriate action by interpreting what they mean for you. Now, I know lots of people in my life that experiences the signs and symbols from the universe, whether it's seeing repetitive numbers, whether it's an animal that keeps appearing in their lives over and over again, or whether it's something like a white feather on their pillow. Now, whether you believe in signs from the universe or not, what I would say is that it provides a lot of comfort and a lot of reassurance for people who do follow and buy into that concept. And I'd say it's certainly been the same for me. So what I would like to know is, have you ever had any signs from the universe? Is it something you believe in? And if you don't, why is that the case? Please comment and let me know your thoughts, and like and subscribe. Have a great day, and I shall speak to you soon.